Welcome back, beautiful people. It is a pleasure, my esteemed pleasure, to have on the one and only former All-State running back, All-Conference corner, D1 corner for the Blue Devils, Tyler Boatwright. How we doing, man?
What's going on, man? Appreciate you having me.
Hey, it's my honor having you here. I've had a few of your teammates on who obviously they I believe, I don't know, they declared for the draft, so to speak. So that's huge. Lots of things going on at CCSU. Obviously, you guys finished your season a few months ago now. So how's life like for you right now? What's going on with you?
So with me, man, I'm looking forward to graduating.
Yeah?
Next month, yeah.
What's your major?
Communications.
Really? Oh, so we're the same.
Yeah.
Not bad. What made you pick it?
Well, honestly, after football and everything, I have aspirations of being a coach.
Really?
I feel like I have a lot of knowledge to give back to the kids, especially in my community. And I feel like I can't let that go to waste.
What kind of coach are you talking? Head coach? Defensive coordinator? DB coach?
Honestly, I haven't really thought much into it, but
yeah.
leaning towards the head coach.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That'd be dope, man.
That'd be dope.
You ever see like Friday Night Lights or Remember the Titans or anything?
Friday Night Lights, one of my favorite movies.
Isn't it incredible?
Yeah.
Wait, oh no, not the movie, the show. I'm pretty sure there's a movie too.
Yeah, the movie, yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a movie.
With Booby Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen the show. I've seen the show though too. You never seen the show?
Nah.
Oh my God, you would love it.
I gotta check it out.
Incredible. Great football show too. Gotta check that out.
Yeah.
So what I like to do with every athlete that comes on, I like to go back to the very beginning. What first got you into sports in general, never mind football?
Sports in general, honestly, I'd give that credit to my older brother.
Yeah? Shout out to your older brother. What's his name?
DeAndre.
Hey, shout out DeAndre.
He'll probably, he'll check this out.
Shout out Dre, man.
But yeah, he's definitely a role model of mine, and it's actually quite a funny story of how I got started with football. I mean, he was signing up for football. It was like me, my brother, my mom, and he was signing up, and the guy that was like we was talking to sign him up, he was like, "What about this little guy?" I never even thought about playing football. You know what I'm saying? Only time I really thought about football was playing Madden with my brother.
What team are you using?
Back then,
Yeah.
it's probably like Madden 04, 05. So maybe the Saints. They're not my team though.
Who's your team?
I'm a Vikings fan.
All right, I respect it. Jay Jettas.
Not
I
even.
don't know about Kirk Cousins.
Not even current Vikings. I'm talking about like back when Adrian Peterson.
Oh.
Yeah.
And who's the quarterback? Not Ponder. Christian Ponder?
He was one of them.
Christian Ponder. Who else? Who else did they have at the time? I just know AP. Didn't they have a really good tight end too?
Yeah, we had a solid
Yeah,
team
some good stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Percy Harvin.
We had
He was a dog.
We had that 1-2 punch with Adrian Peterson, and I'm having a brain fart. Number 29 now. I remember his number.
I should know who that is. My brain ain't braining either.
Yeah.
No, but that's what's up, man. So you started playing, I'm sure. And how old were you at the time?
I was around like 4 or 5.
4 or 5,
yeah.
and you've been playing ever since?
Ever since.
At what point, was it in middle school? Was it high school? At what point did you think to yourself, oh, I'm different compared to some of these people I'm playing against or playing with? Did you always see yourself as one of the best? Because if you're a D1 athlete, you had to at some point be better than the people around you.
Honestly, I was around like 10 years old.
Damn.
I'm just talking about when I personally felt that.
Yeah.
Like this, I got a gift from God, and like we was just going crazy. It was Arizona State Sun Devils.
Sun Devils, yeah.
Sun Devils, yeah. So
That's where James Harden went.
Yeah. James Harden, you hooper. But so where I'm from Hillsborough, New Jersey.
Okay.
It's a small suburban town, Central Jersey.
Shout out Jersey, man.
Shout out Jersey, 908.
908.
But a lot of people don't think Central Jersey exists. They
Crazy.
just think north and south, but I'm not hearing none of that.
There's a Central.
Yeah, there's a Central.
Yeah.
But so we would have we'd have like a travel team that would play other schools around the area, and then we'd have an in-town league. So based off of I guess students that were like, say, if we went to the same middle school, you'd be in the in-town league,
right?
Playing. So like everybody, we all knew each other, and I didn't make the travel team that year. So
wow.
I was around like 5th grade. So I used that definitely as motivation that season, and we was going crazy. We ended up winning, I guess the Super Bowl. That's what they called it.
Yeah,
that's what they called it.
So
we ended up winning, and that's when I really knew. Like after games, you would have parents like talking to my dad about like it was a blessing to be able to watch your son play football.
Wow.
So that's when I really knew, like, this is for me.
And you were definitely playing both sides growing up, right?
Yeah.
And I know, obviously, at the very beginning, I brought up running back. Were you a running back the entire time?
Yeah, running back.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's why.
And did you compare yourself to AP, if that's who you're a fan of? Yeah. Damn, so you must have been running people over. Do you have a huddle or anything back from high school?
Yeah, from high school, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You got to send me that.
I got you.
I love watching the huddle highlights. Go crazy. So, when you were in high school, were you varsity as a freshman?
I played on my freshman team. We was undefeated.
No way.
We had one tie though.
Okay.
But we still undefeated.
Nah, I still undefeated.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, we should have won that game.
Yeah, but so you played with the freshman team freshman year, and the rest was varsity.
And then
what was your journey to varsity?
Freshman year, I played freshman year. At the end, they brought me up to JV, and then sophomore year started corner. Yeah, I played varsity the rest of my high school career. Yeah.
What was it like having to play running back and corner at the same time?
So that was my.
That had to be some wear and tear, right? Because you're taking hits from both sides.
Yeah.
Because you gotta, as a running back, take punishment from D-line, linebackers, etc. And then on defense, you gotta get your nose in there and take somebody out.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you know it comes with football when you sign up for it. And,
yeah, that's true.
I've been playing my whole life, so I was used to. I was used to it.
Stamina must have been crazy.
Yeah, of course.
Still is.
Of course. Football is an all-year grind. So
yeah, it is.
You definitely preparing for what it comes with.
What was the longest touchdown you ever had?
Just forever. You talk about?
Let's go high school.
High school, I broke off of like a 90-yarder.
Get out of here.
You gotta see
Crazy, that breakaway speed. Oh, I forgot to even mention. I should have mentioned at the beginning. Dude told me he ran a 4.2.
My freshman year.
A 4.2.
4.27.
What were all the coaches saying, or people around you when they saw that?
There's
no way you ran that by yourself.
No, I definitely wasn't by myself. I got a shout out my track coach in high school, Coach Hicks.
And was this freshman year of college?
Freshman year.
Or high school?
No, this was junior and senior year.
For high school?
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
That is so insane.
I was fast, but she definitely took me to that next level.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and usually it's always the DBs and the receivers that do track. Mm-hmm. Especially, what were you running? Which races?
I was running the 55 meter. I ran 100 and
so all the short distance sprint stuff, right?
Yeah, I was long jumping at one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
High jump.
So, aside from when it comes to being an athlete, how was high school for you personally, mentally? Do you feel like you're a more confident version of yourself now than you were then? Was the younger you a little more anxious? Like, if you were to talk to him now, the younger version of you then, now, what would you say to him? What would you tell him?
I would definitely say focus on your academics. Academics is very important. I always knew that, but I would definitely tell my younger self to really lock in on academics, because you can't play sports if your academic side ain't right.
Right.
So.
Wow. But aside from that, how were you at the time? Were you still as confident as then as you are now? Did you walk around school like, oh, I'm that dude? You better know who I am.
I didn't really walk around like that. I mean,
yeah,
I was kind of more reserved, kind of just
right
to myself. I had my friend group and stuff, but I knew what I wanted to do with my life, and I treat people how I would want to be treated with that type of respect.
Absolutely.
I don't walk around just thinking I'm better than people or anything like that. Because I've seen people do that, and I wanted to be nothing like that. I wanted to shape myself after my dad. I see how he greeted people and how people respected him. I actually lost my dad 3 years ago.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
That was my best friend, my role model. I'd be lucky to be half the man he was.
Hey, man, well, you seem like you're doing very good for yourself, and I'm sure you get that from him, man. I'm sure you're going to keep doing your thing. All credit to him with whatever you have and whatever lies in your future. But when you were in high school, at what point did you think to yourself, I want to go to the next level? I want to play D1 football. Was it always D1 in mind? Was it, I'll play whatever college football I can get? Was there even a moment where you thought, I don't even know if I want to play college football? Or were you all in?
I was all in since 10. I always knew I wanted to.
Never wavered.
I always knew I wanted to be in the NFL. Probably in high school, I was like, I definitely wanted to be D1.
Yeah.
But the main goal, I just wanted to be in the NFL.
Just the drive was always there.
Yeah,
That's
I just
incredible.
knew the end goal.
Yeah. Wow. So when you were in high school, when did you need the help of coaches or whoever was around you saying, I need to get my name out there some more? Or whether it was huddle, or how did you go about that in order to get your name out there to field some offers from schools? How was that process?
Shouts out to Coach Cardi. He definitely helped me out. Just having different colleges come through and talk to me, that was definitely very motivating, knowing that it's possible.
Was that overwhelming though? Because then you had pressure saying, oh, now people are looking at me and I have to show that I'm better than some of the other people that they're looking at.
I never really thought that. I mean, I never really felt pressure.
Yeah.
I just knew, just do it, just continue doing what I'm doing.
Right.
And everything's going to be fine.
So, because you're running back and corner, what did you feel that you were better at the time, and what did you want to continue to be going to college?
I like the ball in my hands. I feel like when I got the football in my hands, it's special.
Right. So, as a corner, I'm sure it plays a huge part. If the ball's in your hands, that's going for 6. in the sense, did playing running back at all help you as a corner? Maybe in the physical nature of it, like being able to stop the run, or did it help you in the sense of, oh, I know exactly what a running back's going to look for, or a short route for a receiver, out route for a running back, any little things like that? Did anything in the way help you, even in the slightest?
It's funny. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
But now that you mention it, I play corner with a certain type of aggressiveness. Like, I'm not afraid to tackle nobody.
Right.
Or just be physical. So I feel like I got that from running back.
Because I think because I love the combine. I'm a huge draft guru. I'm obsessed with everything. I don't know if you noticed, my team's the Bengals. Love them to death. And possibly looking at corner. And these scouts are saying, oh, yeah, this corner, he's good, but a little skinny, needs to put on weight. Or they'll say, oh, he's good, but shies away from tackling. And you hear all these things, and it seems like they're a team that always looks for corners that love stopping the run. That's just what they like their mold after. So, yeah, I think that has to play a huge part. Because, oh, my God, if you're smaller than tight ends or these thick running backs, you just, you know what I'm saying? You just see through them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's incredible. But you say the ball in your hands. So when CCSU came calling or that process came about, did they say, we want you to play corner for us? Or did they say, if you come to us, you could possibly be running back, but probably corner? What was that like?
At first, they was talking about being an athlete. So that means you don't really got a position.
Yeah.
So, and then over time during camp, I just leaned towards corner because, running back coming in, I was a little small. So
yeah.
To prevent injuries and stuff like that.
How much did you weigh? When did you first come to Central?
Back in 2018.
Really?
Yeah.
And before you signed, you don't have to if you don't want to. It's your discretion. Was there anybody else that was offering? You don't have to share if you don't want to.
Back then?
It's totally fine. Any other place?
Delaware State.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I only had 2 offers out of high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what made Central feel like the fit for you? Did you come to Central to visit before you signed? Yeah. And what was that like for you?
Honestly, I had a good time.
Yeah,
I had a good time. Yeah.
Cause Central was live in 2018. Yeah, lots of stuff going on.
They're coming off a ring. Yeah, so they had a lot going for them at the time.
When you first showed up, did you feel like a little fish in a big ocean, or did you feel I'm right where I belong? And if not, I feel like I can be better than these people around me. And not that obviously it's a team and you wanna, but it's one of those things, sometimes because your goal is to make the NFL.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to look at it like, oh yeah, like I can hang with the big dogs.
Yeah, I definitely felt that. Can you repeat that question? My fault.
No, you're good. Yeah. So when you first came to Central, did you feel I'm like, oh yeah, I can hang with all these people around me? Like this isn't too much for me?
Oh yeah. I mean, coming in, I already knew it wasn't like Alabama or
right,
like a bigger school like that.
Yeah.
So
you weren't overwhelmed in any.
Yeah, and I knew my talent level and what I could bring.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. So at what point, or what was the moment when either coach came up to you or you took advantage of a certain rep in practice? What was it where it's like, yep, he's going to play corner for us?
This is like 4 or 5 years ago. Just how I was running.
Yeah?
Nobody was beating me.
Pure
deep.
speed?
Yeah.
But what drills was going on for that to be the case? Were you still playing running back too, receiver, all like everything else?
I was strictly defense, but I feel like what I was doing on special teams really caught their eye. I was blocking field goals.
That's where it all starts, right?
Yeah, I was blocking field goals, blocking punts.
Damn.
If I'm on that edge, nothing's getting off.
So you pretty much said like I won't be denied.
Yeah.
Wow, man, good for you. When you were in high school or even now, do you have a favorite route or a tell where you know what the receiver's running, or is there one where not that you struggle against, but it's annoying to have to guard?
So honestly, I play receiver a little here.
Okay, yeah.
So I kind of understand what a receiver's thinking when they're running the route. So that definitely helped me playing corner.
Yeah.
So for certain routes, it's like, okay, I know he wants to go there. So if I play a certain way, I'll make it tougher for him to get where he wants to be.
Right.
And like making a receiver uncomfortable and like make it a tougher catch.
Whenever it's a go ball, the odds probably got to be like 80-20 in your favor if you're running side for side with them, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely baiting the quarterback. I want them to throw that.
Yeah, and obviously you don't want eyes looking in the backfield as a DB, but you might in a way sometimes have a chance to gamble or like cheat a little bit because of the speed, right? Because you know you can close out. Yeah. Man, that must be huge for you, especially if running maybe like zone or something. Man, obviously is a little different, but yeah.
Yeah, I prefer man.
Do you?
Yeah, I like man.
Yeah? Who do you model your game after as a corner?
Say Patrick Peterson.
You give off Pat Pete vibes.
Pat Pete.
I'm not going to lie. Pat Pete, he's a chill dude.
Yeah.
It sucks he went to the Steelers. That really broke my heart.
Yeah, he was on my team too for a little
bit. Yeah, that's right. I mean, Jamar Chase kind of cooked him, I'm not going to lie. But no, I'm kidding. But that's a pretty good shout, especially since, let me think, 2018. How old are you right now?
23.
23? So then that means were you 2000s, baby?
Yeah, January 3rd.
Damn, so we were the same year, but you were at the beginning. Mine was until December 29th.
Okay.
Same
year. Still a Capricorn though, right?
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's interesting. I would have showed up to Central 2018 as well, but I took a gap year just to get some money and save before I went.
Understandable.
But, yeah, so you kind of share a little similar experience with me because we were both there for the fall of 2019, which seemed like everything was peachy keen. Mm-hmm. And then COVID happened.
Yeah.
What was going on in your head when campus shut down and all that stuff was going on?
Caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Were you, because I'm assuming you're dormed on campus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So were you told to pack up everything and go?
Everything, yeah.
Wow.
And like, I couldn't even bring everything with me.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you lose anything with the movers? Because I know movers lost a lot of people's stuff.
Some of my stuff got broken.
No.
Yeah.
Anything expensive?
Not too expensive, but I was definitely reimbursed.
All right.
So
as long as you were, got your restitution.
no, they held it down.
Right. Wow. So what was going on in your head when you had to go home and you don't even know if there's going to be, was there a doubt if there was going to be a season or not for you and all this stuff?
They had a little talks about possibly not having a season because they didn't know how long it was going to last. And at the time, it was just everything was up in the air.
How did you find ways to stay in shape while you were back at home and you didn't have access to the facility here?
Honestly, just staying determined and just putting in work by myself.
Yeah.
And having people in my ear saying, this is your time. You can't slack during this time.
Yeah.
There's always someone working.
Right. Did you ever go to your local track or
just
football field, just do all your sprints and stuff like that? What kind of drills do you think are best to help a corner or defensive back? What are the best drills? Do you think it's the ones where it's all the hip motion ones where it's I know you have back pedal 5, sprint up 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Is it those kind of drills? Do you think it's doing gassers or 10-1-10s, all that stuff? What do you think, whether it's stamina, speed, hip movements, what do you think are what's the best culmination? What kind of drills are things?
Personally speaking, for me,
I
feel like when I'm in the best shape and I feel good when I'm running, I don't get gassed.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the best workout for me, and my flexibility's right. Because corner, you gotta do a lot of cutting, mirroring what the receiver's doing. So you gotta be on it.
Do you think corner's the hardest position to play in football?
Easily.
I think so too.
Easily.
What did you think of the James Bradbury call in the Super Bowl? If you remember. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Because you had to have watched it, right?
Yeah, where he was holding a little bit.
What do you think? Because I feel like every football player, that to me, that looked like something that would happen normally between receivers and corners. But most times it doesn't get called. But because it was in the Super Bowl, they're gonna call it. What do you think, though?
That's one of those calls. It's just man, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really got no say on it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It just is what it is.
Do you feel that you've learned enough or played enough to know certain things that you can get away with versus play? Because obviously there's got to be something. All the great corners, Jalen Ramsey, apparently he not invented this rule, but there's a certain technique I hear that he does. I don't know if it's in man zone or both or one or the other, but I know the way he aligns his body in a certain way. Mm-hmm. He's able to play the receiver while I don't know. He's able to do a certain thing that not all corners can do that he can get away with because he's Jalen Ramsey. He's one of a kind. But are there things that you feel like you've picked up here and there that I know I'm gonna, if I'm here he can't do this, if I'm here he can't do that, or you know what I'm
honestly saying? just making the receiver's job tough. I mean, it's football. It's it's not always gonna be pretty. You know what I'm saying? So.
Are you good at jamming people at the line?
I would say so. I got long arms.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
What's your wingspan?
I don't know exactly what it is.
If I'm being honest, I don't know what's an impressive one.
Yeah.
I mean, how tall are you? Would you say, 6'3"?
I would say 6'1".
6'1"? So if you're 6'1", aren't wingspans usually as long as the person, if not longer, type thing? I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow. So, break down for me all of your seasons up to this point from what you can remember as you personally. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be necessarily about the team, but you. So when you first came to Central, and obviously they said, "Oh yeah, we want you to be an athlete for us." Was that more of a redshirt type year for you?
Yeah, I redshirted my freshman year.
Yes. So then the second year, was that when they said we want you to play corner, or when did that come along? At what point did you feel that you were playing enough?
Or just out there playing?
Yeah.
So that was, I would say, after the COVID year. Because I took a semester off after COVID because my father had passed
right.
The latter half of COVID.
Was that during the season?
Yeah, but we didn't have a season 2020.
Oh, so they did cancel it.
Yeah, they canceled it.
Okay. So then they gave you an extra year?
Yeah. And then it was that following spring, I was playing receiver. And then I was playing receiver all the way up until like week 4 of the fall of 2021, I want to say. Mm-hmm. And then that's when I started playing corner.
How did you feel the receiver was going?
I liked it.
Did you?
I mean, with the ball in my hands, like I said, I just feel I'm special.
Did you? Oh yeah, 4.2 speed. Must have been like John Ross in practice. Sheesh. But so that was going on, and then did coach just come aside and say, "Yeah, we want you to play corner," or what? What was the pivotal switch? Did someone get hurt? Did
a lot of players got hurt that season?
Yeah.
And I pulled up to the head coach's office, like I'm talking like 4 a.m.
Wow.
Waiting for him. He wasn't even there yet. Like sitting outside his office.
Oh, so you wanted it?
I wanted it.
Wow.
Not only for me, but the people that believe in me, and like my dad. He's, like I said, a big reason why I play football.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone else is doing that. That's good stuff right there. So, did he say, "All right, we'll give you a shot"?
Yeah.
And then did he?
Because we had a bye week.
Yeah.
We had a bye week that week.
So then, what were you doing over the bye? Was he running you with the ones? Was he like?
I had to earn my way from the bottom.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And because of special teams, you slowly. Or what was it that slowly brought you to the top?
I was making plays.
Yeah.
I was making plays. Yeah.
At what do you remember? What moment you felt solidified yourself as the guy or one of the guys? Not even necessarily even in the DB room, just on the team.
As far as like during that bye week stretch,
whether it's the bye week or throughout that season, was there a moment where you're like, "Oh yeah, this is exactly what I thought I was gonna be in more"? Did that moment ever hit you?
Yeah, I would say when I got my first interception.
Yeah? And when was that?
Sacred Heart. That was like.
Oh, I hate Sacred Heart too. Yeah. Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I felt
good. Nice. And how long after the bye week was that?
That was 2 weeks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So we had played Miami the week before the bye week. Or, I'm tripping. That's like 3 years ago. I'm tripping. I think.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
I believe it was. Okay, so we played Miami, then we had a bye week.
Yeah.
And then we played Columbia. I started that game, Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
I had a solid game. And then Sacred Heart, I had my pick. And I picked up a fumble that game too. A couple tackles, pass breakups. I would say, yeah, that was definitely a defining moment in my career.
What do you think is more impressive as a corner or more of a compliment? If they keep targeting, their quarterback keeps throwing your way, but you keep making plays, or they just don't throw to you at all?
More of a compliment, I would say, when they're not throwing to you.
Yeah, but do you think that would get boring at all during the game?
They definitely do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder.
But they respect you enough not to test
you.
True. Yeah.
So, I mean, and you're helping your team out in a way.
Yeah.
But what do you think as a corner defines a good game? Because I always try and think about this because in the NFL they have the whole PFF thing. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you've heard, and I think they're starting to do it in college.
Yeah.
But so I know that the big debate is. I don't, and a lot of these coaches say, "Oh, don't worry about these grades for some of these players, because at the end of the day, PFF doesn't know what their job was on this play. I know what their job was. So, well, if I thought they did it right, but you guys don't think so, that's where it doesn't agree. So let's say a corner gets like a grade 50, but you had a pick and 2 pass deflections, gave up no touchdowns, but your grade is 50. How the hell does that happen?
Sound like a good game to me.
Yeah, that sounds like a great game to me.
Yeah.
You kidding me? Help with the turnover battle and everything? Is there a certain thing? Do you think maybe, like, what do you think it could possibly be? Like, what in your eyes defines a good game for a DB?
I would say no touchdowns allowed.
That's a big one.
Because if you shutting it down, or if you handling your side, you good. I mean,
yeah. Why do you think fans freak out over whenever a corner gives up a catch? Like, you could be shutting a dude down for a whole game. You give up one catch and it's the end of the world.
Like I said, corner the hardest position.
Yeah. But you got to have some strong mental fortitude for that, right?
Of course. You got to just have that next play mentality.
Yeah. Is there ever a moment where you're trying to have that and you're like, damn?
Because it's easy to shut down. Because, like, if you get scored on at corner, everybody see that.
Right?
Everybody see that.
Who's the hardest receiver you felt you've ever gone against in your, whether it's at Central, high school, or just in general, ever?
It's a good question. There's a lot of talented receivers I went against. I would say that's tough. I would probably say my boy Jackson. Shout out Jackson. He go to Elon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Jackson.
Yeah, he's tough.
Yeah?
He's tough. Yeah.
Is Elon also a D1 school?
Yeah.
What about him what about him makes him such a good player? Is it speed? Is it just the way he runs his routes and sets corners up?
I would say the way he runs his route. I've been playing with him since I was yay high.
Yeah.
So and just like his determination to always get better. Like every time we practice or something, he's always better.
Yeah. What about players in general that you've ever played against or played in the same conference as? Because for some reason, every D1 athlete whether it's football, baseball, because recently I had one of the baseball players in the team on, said that he played against one of the dudes who's going to be drafted in the MLB draft, like a top 10 pick type thing, which is nuts. Is there anybody that I might know who's in the league now? Anybody that they played a high level of football that you've ever gone against? Where you're like, yeah, that dude was tough.
You talking about high school?
It could be in general, at any point. You could be like, oh yeah, when I was in high school, this dude went D1. Him and I never talked, but that dude was crazy. It's all right if not. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I don't really
no.
Too many,
nah. It's probably because it's you. You're the best player you know, right? So because obviously you have this dream, what steps do you think you're doing off the field to put you in the best position to go above and beyond? Like, you must be on a crazy schedule right now. I'm sure you're getting 10 hours of sleep, strict diet, strict everything. Mm-hmm. How's that going for you? Do you feel like you could be doing more? Do you always feel like that? Or do you feel like you're on the right track as of right now?
Personally, I feel like you always could do more.
Yeah.
Whether doesn't even have to be physical, just mentally, just studying the game. I took a while just to rest my body after the season because it's a lot.
People just don't know. I played high school ball. That was enough for me. Whew.
Yeah, so you know.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
But just definitely just hitting the weights and just definitely practicing my technique and just getting better at the line is some things I gotta work on. But just always just staying hungry. That's the main thing. Just always staying hungry and getting better.
Do you know your max lift steps are right now?
Max lifts. I was never really one of those lifting heavy weights, but squat 415.
Oh, who's casual 415? Jesus, that's insane. As a corner is insane. I don't know. You guys are just built different, I guess. That's crazy. So do you have is this the COVID year that's coming up right now?
Yes, my grad senior year.
Okay. As of right now, what is the projection right after this? You're gonna possibly declare, because obviously you say you have this dream. What's gonna be the build up like going into next season and beyond? What's on your mind right now for this year? Is there a certain amount of picks you're trying to get, a certain amount of tackles? What's the goals that you have in mind for this year?
I would say my main focus from my last collegiate year is get another ring.
Yeah.
Get another ring.
Right.
From I guess just talking about me personally, get some touchdowns.
That's a pretty good goal. That's a fun goal. Do you have any touchdown celebrations in your back pocket? Do you ever practice those?
Honestly, it just comes naturally.
Yeah, you think? Yeah.
I would say when I was back in high school, I was just like, we had a track around the field, so I would just keep running.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. So, how do you feel as of right now in this current state that you're in, whether it applies to athletics, whether it applies to life? How do you feel you are right now in this given moment? Just in general, how do you feel? Like, you feel good? Like everything's going well for you?
Yeah, I would say everything's going well. I mean, I'm following God's plan He got for me. I feel like everything happens for a reason. You might not understand at that time, but over time you'll understand why you had to go through certain things to get to where you are.
You've mentioned God a few times, which is great because I'm in touch with my faith as well. Faith is a great thing to have. What's made you so? Do you feel like your faith is a driving force to help you, or is that just something you're just like, yeah, like I got that on my side, but I don't like. Are you like really big into it, or is it one of those things where it's like, I know I have him on my side and that's all I need?
I would say I just know I have him on my side.
Right.
I would say I'm a spiritual person.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. So, aside from football, were there any other sports you played growing up? Like, because there's no way it was just football the whole time. Did you play basketball?
No.
No?
Nah,
nothing
on a team.
else?
I ran track.
Oh, track. That's right. We did talk about that. Track and football. Hey, that's all you need, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I always wanted to play basketball, though.
You seem like you could.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be shooting around.
I mean, yeah, I shot the rec.
Yeah, shot the rec.
Gave you a basketball the other day.
Yeah.
Is there any more numbers? So obviously you say you ran a 4.2. Is there any other certain numbers you're trying to reach that are measurables that you feel like you have to check off before any upcoming, whether it's a combine, a pro day? What are your goals for those? Do you want to say, oh yeah, I want to run that 4.2 again? Because there's no way you ran, cause just to protect the hammies, you're always running a 40-yard dash. So is there a goal to stay healthy so you can get X, Y, and Z? What's going on with you when it comes to that?
I mean, obviously, I'd love to run a 4.2 again.
Yeah.
Because that was like my freshman year. Right. I haven't ran a 40 since then.
Yeah. But do you feel you're faster now than you were then?
I would say so. Oh
my God! If someone was running at me that fast as a kickoff return, I'd pass out. That's so freaking crazy.
But yeah, I'm definitely trying to just improve on what I got. I'm just trying to get better day by day.
Yeah. What do you think are some possible questions you're going to be faced with that you'll have answers for when it comes to a pro day? Is there a question that anyone in your corner has told you? Oh yeah, they're going to ask you this, and you got to tell them that. Like, are you already worrying about stuff like that, or nothing yet?
I'm just trying to just stay in the present moment. Obviously, you gotta have thoughts about X, Y, and Z, but
right.
I just try and stay in the present.
Right.
Nothing's promised, especially in football.
What do you think you're gonna need to do? And obviously, D1 corner, that's already a huge enough honor. But what do you think, whether it's getting what is it? Because I know they do like the NEC stuff or like all those award weekly spotlights. Like, do you have a goal in mind? Oh yeah, I want that every week. Like, do you have that in mind, or? Because you don't seem like a cocky guy, but I feel like to be a corner, you got to be a little cocky.
I mean, on the field.
Yeah, like do you talk smack to other receivers when they go against you, or do you just?
I just play my game.
Yeah?
If it gets to that point, it gets to that point. But honestly, I just go and play my game.
I mean, that's respectable. I feel like it'd be so hard to get mad at a guy like you
as a receiver. That just gives players an incentive to go even harder.
True. Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Especially while you're also playing the hardest position. Yeah. Might as well.
I'm not ducking smoke, though. But,
okay. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Is there, so before I get to the last two questions that I ask everybody, was there anything else that you felt that you wanted to share in terms of like sharing some peace, whether it's at the table to whoever's listening at home, just in case?
As far as like a message, or
just in terms of anything that you wanted to bring up personally, because I know that I try and give all the athletes, whether it's on campus or around, their flowers and make sure they get as much spotlight as they can. And I hope you get many more of these with everybody else, not just me. But is there anything else that you want to possibly talk about or bring up before we end things? Because you never know. Like, there's gonna be people watching. Just making sure.
Yeah, not that I know.
Hey, no, that's no problem, man. Just wanted to make sure. But it seems like you're doing good.
Yeah, appreciate it.
It seems like you're doing good, man. Like, and that's all that matters. And I could tell, man. It seems like you're locked in. I could tell by people's eyes. Yeah. People's eyes tell a lot about themselves, and Facts. I see the eye of the tiger. I see it. I don't have it. I'll tell you right now, I do not have it. I'm trying to get it in due time, though. Facts. I told you I was gonna ask you 3 things. Do you think you're finally ready to answer them?
I'll try my best.
Hey, totally fine. So let's start with a favorite music album or one that you would have to recommend to whoever's watching or listening at home.
Favorite music album. I'm gonna say, I can give you favorite artist.
You give me a favorite artist.
I'm gonna go. I got a couple. I got Meek Mill.
Okay.
Jay-Z.
Okay.
Shout out Kanye.
Shout out Ye. The artist.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If you were to choose between one of the 3, can you pick one?
Just to listen to?
We're gonna do process of elimination. If you were to pick one of those 3, who would you pick? What do you think is the best out of the 3?
Like to listen to for the rest of my life?
Yeah. If you had to do that.
If that's being said, I might have to give it to Ye.
Ye?
Yeah.
And then what's your favorite album by Ye?
Ye got so many classics.
He does.
I like Graduation.
Graduation?
Yeah.
There you go.
I was listening to all here.
If you haven't heard Graduation, better listen to Graduation.
Yeah.
So there we go. There we got our album. What about movie and or show recommendation? Or both. It's your call.
What I've been watching lately. I like The Dark Knight.
Yeah?
Batman.
I got it right there.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, shout out.
That, yeah.
Great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good shout. And last but not least, some words of advice or wisdom to our lovely listeners or viewers at home or wherever you get your podcast. Appreciate you. But what would you have to say to them or to it could be to your future self, like a little message now to speak into existence, whatever your call is. Share some peace.
I would say just keep going. You know what I'm saying? It might be dark on that road, it might be dark in that tunnel, but you just gotta understand that you're gonna see light eventually.
Wow.
As long as you keep going.
That was very well said. That was a good one. I've gotten a few cliche ones, but I like your little twist on it. That was good. Yeah. That was solid. If you're a teammate of Mr. Boatwright, appreciate you. If you're watching, shout out the Devils. Okay. If any of you are listening, hey, hit me up. I'll have you on too, because I share the love to all the athletes. But with that said, everyone has a story and it's still being written. I appreciate all of you for tuning in and listening and watching wherever you get your podcast. I love you all. My heart is with you all. Ciao for now.